Good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world. It's 11:10 p.m. here, Mountain Standard Time, Alberta, Canada. Uh, we'll be talking about cloud accounts and how important it is to know where your stuff is. Because that comes up a lot where, in order to properly protect your data can be consisting of contacts, calendar data, email data, bookmarks on Chrome, pictures, like all this stuff's data. And some people don't really care about their data. That's fine. We're just going to ignore the people who don't care about their data. They use technology. If they lose data, they lose their device, they're going to be emotionless and just move on with life with a new device, right? These questions come up a lot, especially when end users end up losing their device or getting hacked out of an account or etc. Like there's all these in my day, because I'm doing customer service for end users, whether or not they're residential, business, corporate, low income earners, high income earners, whatever the case may be. Nobody really seems to have a grasp of what data they're putting into cloud accounts. Cloud accounts is a broad term. Let's target iCloud, Gmail, Office 365, Dropbox, Google Drive, like all these cloud accounts, right? So I know you all hate passwords. That's fine. But we need to embrace passwords, because usually the password is what keeps the bad people out. So when you're reusing passwords or you don't have unique passwords, your passwords are easily guessable. It's really easy for bad people, hackers, your kids, ex-spouses, whatever, to get into your accounts and cause you a lot of havoc. And if there's important data in there, example, your whole contact list. If you're using your phone, this is what, if you're using your phone, iPad, tablet, laptop, and you've lost all your contacts, what are you going to do? Some people, it's not that. So a certain percentage of the population losing contact data is not going to be important. They can go phone their buddies, re-get all that stuff. But certain individuals, seniors, people running businesses, contact details are like their whole life, right? Because in a current instant, client situation I'm dealing with right now, there's a couple actually. A couple people have been hacked out of their accounts, and usually I see that with Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, which it's a huge deal. But at the end of the day, if you're locked out of your Facebook account or Instagram account or LinkedIn, you can just go make another account. Usually, it's not business critical, or it's not going to cost you lost money unless you've got a ton of business relationships in those social media accounts, right? You can, whatever. You accept the problems, you move on. Sometimes you can get your account back, sometimes you can't. Usually you have to go rebuild your whole friends list, and that it is what it is. But like on a phone, for example, I've got a client and everything's in iCloud. So contacts, photos, calendar data, all this stuff's in iCloud. And Apple has tech support, but it's not really useful tech support when it comes to recovering a hacked account or regaining access to your hacked account, right? So, if you're having issues with your device, you can call Apple support. That's if you're paying for iCloud, or you got warranty on your device. In this situation, old iPhone, new MacBook, multiple Apple devices all signed into iCloud. Something happened with the iPhone. I think it was at a uh, cell phone store. So I don't know. I don't want to cast judgment or whatever, but all I know is that iPhone was taken to cell phone store. They were looking at plans, et cetera, et cetera. All of a sudden, customer gets home. iPhone is logged into iCloud. All the other devices are still logged into iCloud. But what ended up happening was all the customers' data is in iCloud, and we haven't been able to log in for about a month or something like that. So pictures are one thing because you can always plug a phone into a computer and download 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. How many ever photos that they have? You can always plug an iPhone in to a computer, download the photos. But you can't do that with contacts. You can't do that with calendars. There's a bunch of specific device data on that device that we can see it there, but there's no way for us to duplicate it to a new device. So I'm assuming this user didn't have two-factor authentication turned on their iCloud. I'm not sure how that's even possible in 2023. All I know is I've got a client who is a senior, and pretty much their whole entire life has been entered into a couple thousand contacts on their iPhone. So, we're playing the waiting game with Apple and just see, the cell phone number is still the same. We know what the old password was, but we're not getting and the email address still works. So we can't do password resets because there's something wrong with the account. Something has compromised that account. So anyway, be careful with cloud accounts because I know everybody's using iCloud or Google if they've got an Android, their Gmail accounts, Office 365 email accounts, and you're putting all of your. This is why I like to have data, all your data documented, whether it's documents, pictures, contacts accounts, calendar accounts. Like you have so much digital data that you've accumulated over the years, but you have it in one place. None of it's documented, and usually your passwords are really weak, not very strong, maybe being used in multiple places. And all it takes is one person to get into one account to shut your whole digital life down. I see a lot, and it's very, we can be proactive and protect against this stuff happening by changing passwords 2 to 3 times a year, having unique passwords for every single service, website, app that you use. There's ways to prevent this stuff from happening, but it's very hard to reverse the damage. For example, iCloud account is locked out. So I'm like, okay, customer, what do you need? Well, I need my calendar data. I need my contacts. I'm like, okay, calendar data we can recreate, but you're going to have your old busted phone and your new phone, and you're going to have to manually retype everything in. Well, I don't really need my calendar data. I'm like, okay, but I still need my contacts. 3,000 contacts. They're locked in iCloud. We can see them, but we can't edit them. We can't delete them. We can't change them because this phone is like, anyway, we're going to rant about technology. So anyway, this is why you need a technology coach. I will give you the tools and the help to document all of your digital assets, and then reminders for you to change your passwords on a regular basis. And we've got a whole step-by-step procedure in order to get this done for our customers who are on a monthly contract, right? So anyway, just a rant about it because I spent 3-4 hours a day surgically removing photos off an iPhone and then putting them onto somebody's computer and then making sure that computer had online backup just in case something happens, right? Because we don't want to go through all that work and saving, I think it was 6 years of photos on an iPhone that aren't anywhere else or only on this iPhone and iCloud, but we can't log into iCloud because the account is locked. So whatever's on the phone is what you get to keep. And anyway, long story short, I'm going to rant about cloud services because people are using them improperly. Passwords are not documented. Two-factor authentication is not turned on. Recovery, all the recovery stuff, people just kind of skip through. They don't really care about it. Drives me crazy because it's so easy to protect your data. It's so easy to document your data. And it's so easy to not have to spend hours upon hours upon hours, days, weeks recreating your digital life just because you're too lazy to set up a little bit of proper security from the get-go. So, hey, I'm Mike Duffy from don'tgethacked.ca and mupoentertainment.com, and I'm here to help you understand why you need to better protect your digital assets. There we go. The whole chapter of my book, chapter 11 of Brand Sharks, is titled Protect Your Digital Assets, because it's going to save you so much time, so much frustration, and minimize the emotional stress. Because I've got a client right now, and I've been able to save her photos and get those moved over to a computer, but literally all of the contacts are only on one phone, and I'm like, you're gonna have to retype all of these into the new phone. Well, that's not a problem. Well, it kind of is a problem because she doesn't have the best health. She's not really mobile right now, and her husband's taking care of everything for her. So, when you get health issues, you can always say you're able to take care of stuff, but it's so time consuming to literally type 1,000 contacts into a new phone. And there's no way for me to pull those things off yet that I've found, because they're locked in iCloud account on an iPhone, and no software will touch it without asking for that iCloud password. So anyway, protect your digital assets. Make sure you know you get a plan where your stuff is. Like, if you rely on your contacts for all your business building, it's great to have them in Gmail. It's also great to have backup copy of those contacts in a spreadsheet, just in case you need to restore them. How are you going to restore them if you don't have a backup copy, right? Anyway, my rant's over. Backup, backup, backup. Document everything. Back it up 3 places. And if you're not sure, contact us at don'tgethacked.ca, because we'll go through and audit all your stuff for you. And there's some stuff you may be backing up that you don't need to back up, and you can save a lot of time and hassle knowing what taking care of only backing up the important stuff, right? Anyway, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning.